Today we'll be making the classic Malaysian favorite, which is wantan mee. And if that sounds good to you, let's dive right in. First up, we'll be making wonton with pork and shrimp filling. So to make this, one of the ingredients that we'll be needing is spring onions. Chop off the bottom half and then just cut it into thin slices. Now all the spring onions have been chopped fine. Now add it into a bowl. Now let's look at the rest of the ingredients that we'll be needing. Wonton skins, spring onions, shrimp which have been peeled and deveined, ginger juice, salt as well as pepper, sugar, sesame oil, minced pork, light soy sauce, and Chinese cooking wine. So now we can start mixing. Add in the minced pork into a mixing bowl. So for the minced pork, I am using 250 grams. Now add in the spring onions, just about half of the bowl. Now just mix it a little. Now add in the ginger juice, 2 teaspoons, and mix it just a little bit. Add in the light soy sauce. This will be 2 teaspoons. Just mix it for a little bit, not too well. And then add in the rest of the ingredients. This is sesame oil, half a teaspoon. Chinese cooking wine, 2 teaspoons. Sugar, 1 teaspoon. Salt, half a teaspoon. Pepper, 1/4 teaspoon, preferably white pepper. Now, we have already added in all the ingredients except for the prawns, but before we add in the prawns, just mix everything together. Alright, now add in the prawns so you can see that it's already been peeled and deveined. And then just mix it. Right, so this is well mixed. Now we'll be folding the wonton. So grab a slice of wonton skin, add in about a teaspoon of the filling, and fold it into a triangular shape, and the two edges at the bottom will be folded to the middle, just like an envelope. And to seal it, we'll be using water so it does not open up when we start boiling them. Like this. So here I've folded everything. This is roughly about 50 over dumplings. And the top here, which I demonstrated, this is the goldfish wonton folding method. So at the back is sealed to the middle. The bottom half here is the Cantonese wonton folding method. So this is where all the edges are folded to the top in the middle. Right, so now we can start boiling. So boil a pot of water. Once the water has started to boil, you can add in all of the wontons in. Alright, so now all of the wontons have already been added into the water to boil. And you notice that most of it are at the bottom. So we'll leave it to boil for about 10 minutes. And when you see that the wonton has started to rise to the top, it means that it's already cooked. So then you can drain out the water and take it out. So here it is, boiled wonton. Now we'll make the wonton soup. So prepare a pan and then add in oil. just about 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil, and add in the spring onions. For this, I actually did cut it into slightly longer slices so that it is much better. Just stir it. Now add in water. So for this, I'm actually using about 3 cups of water. And now add in pepper. As well as salt. So just a couple dashes, just enough to taste. And stir it. And that's it. The wonton soup is now ready. So basically just spring onion, salt and pepper as well as water. Now add it to our wontons that we had just prepared. Give it a little stir, mix it around so that it's all nicely soaked in the wonton soup. And now we can make the seasoning sauce to be used for the wonton. So add in 1 teaspoon of light soy sauce, half a teaspoon of sesame oil, one teaspoon sugar, 3 teaspoons of dark soy sauce. If you do not like the noodles very dark, you can just add in 1.5 to 2 teaspoons. One teaspoon of oyster sauce, a few dashes of pepper, roughly about quarter teaspoon. This is lard oil, 1 teaspoon, and add in 3 teaspoons of the wonton soup. Mix it. Alright, so the sauce is ready. Now let's boil the wanton noodles. For the wanton noodles, I'll be making it 1 serving at a time. So take the wanton noodles and just open it up so nothing is stuck together. Now I'll be boiling it using a strainer so that it is much easier. And add it into a pot of already boiling water and just mix it. Just give it a little stir inside the boiling water, and we'll let it boil for about 45 seconds to 1 minute. then you can add it into a bowl of cold water so that it stops cooking. Then add it back into a boil of hot water. And that's it. Add the noodles into the seasoning sauce that was just made and just mix it. So the seasoning sauce that was made earlier was for one serving. Alright, perfect. And now we need green vegetables as well. So boil it in water. For green vegetables, you can just use about any of your vegetables that you really like. Boiling in water, because the pot is already hot, it'll just be for about 15 to 20 seconds, then you can take it out. Alright, next, which gives it a lot of taste, is pickled chilies. So here I have 1.5 green chilies. So cut it into nice and thin slices. Of course, the tip needs to be removed. And make sure when you cut it, it is slanting. And of course, for the green chilies, you can actually add in more if you want to make a full bottle, but for me, I'm just making a little bit. Now, before we start, what we'll be needing to make this pickle is water, a strainer, the green chilies, a bowl, sugar, salt, as well as a bottle that we will keep for storage. Now pick up the green chilies and add it into the bowl. You really don't want to use your fingers to pick up green chilies because if you touch your face, it's gonna sting, so use a chopstick or a pair of tongs. Now add in water and we'll leave it to soak for about 15 to 20 minutes. And in the meantime, we can start prepping. So add in about half a teaspoon of salt, half a tablespoon of sugar, and now after the 15 minutes is up with the green chilies, then you can just pick out the green chilies and add it into the bottle directly. So you can see that a lot of the seeds are left behind. So that is the reason why we soaked it. So you don't want to pick that up. And now add in vinegar to the bottle. Add in just enough vinegar so that it fully submerges all of the green chilies. Cover it with a lid and we'll leave it for about 3 hours. After 3 hours, the pickled green chilies will look like this. And that is it. The dish is now ready. Now we can serve it out. So I've already laid out the noodles. So I'm adding in the char siu. The green vegetables. The wantan. As well as the pickled green chilies, which gives it the final touch. So this is wanton noodles made at home, the dry version. And this is best served with a side of wanton soup.